With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back trackside once again, race fans here to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. The National Association of Stock Car Virtual Racing fires things off for race number 3 in the 4-week mini season. Which one of these drivers are going to separate themselves a lot on the line? Qualifying already behind us. We're set to head trackside, so what do you say we jump right to it? Snatching the U.S. Veterans Pole Award, leading the field to the green flag here tonight. Behind the wheel of that number 77 machine, Andrew Moore takes the U.S. Veterans Pole Award. Greg Thompson gonna line up just to his outside. Jack Dorr, Sam Taylor in row number 2. Row number 3 here tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway, the 78 of David Duke. In the 12 of Dylan Picklesheimer. Jim Thorndike, Landon Lacey back in row number 4. Row number 5 tonight, 31 of Scott Wise, and the 94 of Al Likens. Dakota Bailey, Tay McDonald back in row 6. Row 7 here from Atlanta, Richard Smith and Zach Halladen. William Britton, Adam Benefield back in row 8. Row number 9. Behind the wheel of the 38 machine, Gregory Fairlow, and the Drift King, Jacob Drift. Mark Willett, Darren Mack. Round out your top 20, Joe Wells, Darrell Johnson, and Michael Eden finish out the 23 car field. handful of drivers with race penalties starting from pit lane. So as the music fades, these drivers gonna get ready to nail the loud pedal. We'll go green flag racing. This time by to kick things off in the Cheddar's 200 and green flag flies for the first time here tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Side-by-side racing action behind your pole center, and race leader Andrew Moore leads the field. A little bit of contact there. 34 is going to come together. 17 with a little bit of contact out of the 12. Dylan Picklesheimer in that body armor. Number 12 run on the high side. Last week's race winner at the iRacing the Super Speedway. Picklesheimer already up 4 positions, looking for more. Close side drafting action on that high lane. The Old Spice 54 of Landon Lacey right behind Picklesheimer. Greg Thompson holding tight on the bottom of the racetrack. It can be a little bit tricky. Being pinched down, head held down. Here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, yes, it is a restrictor plate style of racing now after the repave. But still, you need a little bit of room out off of it. In my opinion, still not quite a huge fan of this racing here at Atlanta. I prefer the old school style, but well, nonetheless, here we are racing it out tonight in the Checkers 200, race number 3. In the season for the Masters of the Drag. Lap after lap, drivers begin to drop to the bottom of the racetrack, still trying to hang it to the high side. Dylan Picklesheimer trying to make the top work. He's going to stay battling for that second and third position. 4 laps behind. Timing scoring over there to the left-hand side of the screen. Well, one driver bails bottom of the racetrack. That's going to be Jim Thorndike. Thorndike hit the parachute. He's heading to the back. I know what you might say. I know what you might think. You know, Dave, how are these drivers out here super speedway racing at speeds of only 185, 192 miles an hour? You get much more than that at Daytona, Talladega. It's with the new pavement and the new banking. It's racing. Thompson able to step clear. Durham Dillon with Picklesheimer now. Al Likens right there in the 94. I believe that's going to be the Kodak film machine out there. Yes, it is. Throwback look there. I believe it was. For those of you out there watching, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that's a Steve Parks paint scheme. Got the Rustys tribute to Light McQueen. On board with the 24 of Dakota Bailey, running well here tonight. Bailey up 2 positions from where he qualified. Then we've got 2 to 3 different packs already here tonight. Just 8 laps in. There you can see the 96 and Jim Thorndike leading a 3-car pack. Mark Willett close to losing this draft pack here, and you may not want to do that. You'll find yourself in a bit of trouble. The Sam Taylor, Scott Wise, William Britton, all starting from pit lane. They're well off pace, a little bit spread out. We'll look for those drivers to be fighting to keep themselves on the lead lap. Probably just about under 10 laps or so. So we're going to jump around the track once again. What do you say we head up to the battles just outside of your top 5? Picklesheimer and Jack Dorn still going at it. Bailey McDonald, Zach Lehman right here grouped with each other. 54 of Landon Lacey. Just behind him, looking to the inside of the 74 now. Michael getting himself out onto the racetrack. A little bit of contact, outside wall. 74 of Zach Lehman into the outside wall. Spreading out just a little bit right here around that 10th position. Tay McDonald, Zach Lehman, Richard Smith, Jacob Drift. Oh, contact! Picklesheimer, Dakota Bailey across the track. Caution will fly. First caution gonna fly here. Lap number 12. Bailey stopped smoking all the track, and that is never a good sign. Tell you what. Let's go back. Let's check the replay real quick. There you can see already the contact. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Did you? We don't typically like to do this, but we gotta see this. This is gonna be one heck of a hit. We're gonna miss it right there. Let's go back one more time here. On board Dakota Bailey. There's the contact. Oh my gosh. Wild ride early here from Atlanta Motor Speedway for Dakota Bailey. He's going to be down on pit road, I would say, for a little bit of extended stay. Fortunately enough, he does have that quick fix. He does have that fast repair that he can lean on. You don't necessarily want to be, you don't want to use it up this early, but a hit like that, I think Bailey's going to be left with no choice. He's already going to be called at least one lap down from having to get a tow truck back to pit road. So Bailey already 1 to 2 laps down. By the time he's able to get back out on track, you're already in a hole, right? So you try to minimize it, try to just run smooth, trying to stay out of any more trouble. But I think you're going to probably have to burn that fast repair a little bit early here tonight at the Checkers 200. Drivers behind the pace car, halfway down the back stretch. We talked about some of those point standings coming into tonight's race. Your overall season championship looks a little something like this. Jacob Drift coming into tonight's race is sitting 21 points out in front of Joe Wells. Wells having some solid runs as of late, up 5 positions from where he qualified tonight, sitting in the 16th position. And Jacob Drift up 15 spots all the way to 3rd. There you can see that. Drift King 14, right behind Gregory Thompson, behind the championship standing. Scott Wise inside of the top 5. Andrew Moore, your pole sitter here tonight, grabbing some points for the season as well. So a lot going on with season championships, but we've still got a mini season championship coming into tonight's race. Once again, Jacob Drift is sitting top of the series standings. Andrew Moore 38 points back in second. Scott Wise, Greg Thompson, Daryl Johnson, your top 5 vying for the championship in this 4-week mini season. So multiple different things on the line, week in, week out. Big picture, short run. What are you looking for? Are you going after that mini season championship, or do you have your eye on the overall prize? We're going to crown a king, a master of the draft, in just a short 10 weeks here with the National Association of Stock Virtual Racing. Man, here we go. Great racing action to open up things here tonight. Your top four electing to stay out on track. Everybody else to pit road. Dakota Bailey still beating and banging on the machine, trying to make it worthy of getting back out onto the track. He's going to be in a mighty deep hole as we work our way off of turn 4 back to the Geico restart zone. We'll get set to drop the green flag once again on the gas, and green flag flies here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Field works their way down the backstretch, top 3 scooting away from the field. Gregory Thurlow going backwards. Thurlow in the 38, one of the drivers that stayed out on the racetrack. And I wouldn't think that tires are going to be that significant. It's only about a 13-lap difference on the tires. If you really want to get down to it, not really sure. I'm not really sure the tire wear. If this was old school Atlanta, you definitely would be coming against some tires. But with the repaved, the new school style of racing, I'm not so sure, but it looks like we may be proved wrong. Tay McDonald working that outside lane as we cross the start-finish line. We'll drop down Tommy School back to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you follow along and find your favorite driver in the field here tonight. The Mobility 78. Right behind him, getting a push, David Nobility, one of those teams that really came on strong in the first handful of weeks. Really worked well together. Bit of a struggle for some of the teammates over the course of the past 2 to 3 weeks. So a much different spectrum of finishes for that team. Are they going to be able to turn it around here tonight at Atlanta? And begin to eyeball that team championship. Likens drops down to the bottom. He's going to look to lead a lap or 2 off of turn number 4. We roll back through the tri-volt. Lap number 20 on the board. Two packs already developing. Once again, you see behind these drivers just a second behind the side-by-side battle for the top spot. Sam Taylor leads Richard Smith, Adam Benfield, William Britton, Joe Wells back here running with this pack. Drivers going to sort themselves out in the second pack. Let's head back to side-by-side racing halfway down the backstretch. A lot of movement out of these cars through the corners. See a lot of drifting around. No pun intended with the Drift King up here in this lead pack. Your top 11 drivers across the start-finish line. David Duke, your race leader. So 2 distinct separate paths, side-by-side racing action all over this field here tonight. We're going to take a look from above the tower as the drivers move their way back across the straight, back into turn number 1, still jockeying for positions all the way through your top 11. side by side. Tail end of the field as well. Let's not forget about the pack behind the Darren Mack, William Britton, Adam Benefield, Joe Wells, Sam Taylor, Jack Durham, Richard Smith, Gregory Thurlow, Mark Roulette. It's an 11-car pack at the front, a 10-car pack behind. Oh, things getting a little dicey back here. Trouble on the track, the 59 gonna go around. We saw it happening out of the corner of our eye right when we went back to the pack. We seen a driver into the outside wall. I believe that may have been the 17 of Jack Durham. Don't want to call it out just yet, but let's see what happened here. There's the onboard wall, and that could get turned into the outside wall. Back it up one more time, see if we can't see what happens. The 17 gets caught up and involved in it. The 7 of Adam Benefield, there you can see Benefield, he just narrowly misses this one. It's going to be Richard Smith gonna miss this one. Early trouble here tonight for a handful of drivers, puts us back under caution for the second time here tonight in the Masters of the Drafts Checkers 200 live from Atlanta Motor Speedway. So with this little bit of break, this little bit of time on our hands, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. Get back trackside for all your green flag action here tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And we're going to bring you back in trackside just as promised, not missing any other green flag action. Field going to receive the 1 to go this time around. Going to get back double file. It's time to re-rack them and restart them here from Atlanta Motor Speedway and the Checkers 200 for the NASCVR's Masters of the Drafts. Front of the field going to look a little bit different on this restart. Team McDonald bring us back to the green flag. Dylan Picklesheimer just to his outside. Scott Wise, he moves up 10 positions. Start the second one inside the chip right there as well. Greg Thompson, Darrell Johnson up 16 positions now. Drivers make their way through 3 and 4. Pace car dunks off. We're fixing to fire off once again into the restart zone. We roll and away we go. Green flag flies once again here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. racing action here off of turn number 4. Back across the stripe, McDonald will lead us on the first lap after the restart. It's something we gotta point out. We don't mention it very often, but we gotta mention it once again. Stages involved. There are stage points out there for the fastest drivers to try to snatch. We do not throw the caution flag for a stage. Green flag racing unless there is a problem on the track. So these guys could potentially run over a 100 lap green flag run to the end. We've seen it in the past. Will we see it happen once again halfway down the backstretch? Lap 30. Time and score. Back to the left-hand side of your screen once again. And well, if you know me, you know I'm not a big one. Oh, trouble! Oh my gosh! Wow. Huge trouble. Front of this field. Oh my gosh. Huge damage for a lot of drivers in front of this field. Caution gonna fly. Lap 32. Let's see what happened. Oh my gosh, 31 gets involved. Oh my. McDonald. That's one of those moments you don't want to be a part of. Let's take a look one more time. That is just an absolute brutal hit. The 93 absolutely destroyed as well. We're going to go on board. I believe we do have an onboard camera shot here with McDonald. Let's take a look at the contact. There it is. And just... That is definitely never good. Just comes to a screeching halt. No longer under power. Big time trouble. As the field comes down pit road, I would expect to see everybody down pit road after that big one. Front of the field. And that's the trouble, right? That's the problem. When you go super speedway racing. And again, Atlanta not your typical super speedway. But it does now with the track and configuration, with the repave, with the downforce package that's been introduced. It's just as much as super speedway racing as you're gonna get at anywhere else. And when it happens big. And if it happens at the front, it's even bigger. We seen that one right there. 6-7 drivers involved in this one. We're getting down to seeing a minimal amount of drivers that have not sustained some sort of contact, some sort of damage. You can see your race leader, the 17 of Jack Dorn, behind the wheel of that fast Ford. Damage to the rear of the car. The 74 of Zach Halanen, he's got some damage. The 18 of Michael Eden, he was one lap down. Didn't get to start the race on time. And here he is. After what almost looked to be like a mechanical failure. The 18 Toyota Camry gonna not just get himself back on the lead lap, but he's gonna gain 20 positions now up to third. One of the few clean cars in the field. "35 laps into tonight's race, we're going to set these drivers loose once again this time around. But before we do, where are my manners? What am I thinking? Hope everybody had a wonderful and happy Halloween. Love this time of year. Spooky season, one of those things that I particularly enjoy. You know, because we got the good holidays coming up next, right? You get Thanksgiving feasts. Oh my goodness, I'm getting. I think I'm getting high cholesterol just thinking about what's gonna get. Never mind. We'll stop. Let's get this thing back on track. Drivers in the 3 and 4, side by side for the restart. Jack Dorham leads Zach Halanen. Michael Eden, Dylan Picklesheimer right there in the outside lane of that number 12. Body Order past Ford. And a slew of Chevys behind him. David Duke, Jim Thorndike, Jacob Drew, Richard Smith, Al Likens, Gregory Thurley. Round out the top 10 for this latest restart as the field makes their way to the restart zone. We'll smash the gas and green flag flies. Once again, we'll drop that time and scoring right over for you. Eden not getting going. Not getting going at the front of the field. He's going to stack them up. Meanwhile, at the front, drivers under attack, the 17 goes way up the racetrack. Jack Dorham going to lose 2, 3, 4, 5 positions by the time they make their way halfway down that stretch and back in a turn number 3. Zach Halanen, your new race leader, has the 12 of a Picklesheimer. With a great restart, he's going to come back and be the official lap leader this time by a little bit of contact. In the back, I believe that may have been the 80th mark lap with a little contact on the outside. We got no front clips. Oh my gosh, and we got drivers around again. Drivers going to go around again. Michael Eden, we talked about him being one of the drivers that had no troubles, had no issues, and here it is. Less than a lap later, on board, down the backstretch, just turned in, and that's about all she wrote. Gonna take one more look at what happened here with Joe Wells being involved in this one. The 3, just kind of minding his own business. Wells says, you know what, I'm gonna make sure I miss this one. Another vantage point. There's the contact. David Duke, I believe, is a 78 involved in this one. 77 of Andrew Moore also going to pick up some damage here. U.S. Veterans Bowl Award winner here tonight. He's not going to be immune to the problems. 55-59. Darren Mack going to catch a piece of this one as well. Back to the front. Race leader Dylan Picklesheimer looking to pick up where he left off. Last week's race winning performance at the tough iRacing Super Speedway. A massive beast of a super speedway. And some, as can be expected, some craziness on track at the end of last week's race. A little bit of chaos early here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway. You're watching the Checkers 200. So a lot of drivers involved in a lot of different situations and scenarios here tonight. It's going to be hard pressed to say who has used that quick fix, who has used that fast repair, and who hasn't. You can look at the front clip of that number 7 of Adam Benefield. He, well, it's just obvious. Look, no front clip. He's definitely trying to play the damage control game here. Gonna have to stay in the draft. The front of the car beaten, battered, weathered in the rear as well. You can see damage on the back of the Old Spice 54 machine, piloted by Landon Lacey. Joe Wells Missed the action there on the back stretch. Well, coming to a complete stop, really. So Joe Wells going to remain one of the few cars without contact here tonight. Taking a look now, Landon Lacey can round out your top 10 in the 54 machine. Long way to go here tonight still as we work our way off of turn number 4. Our good buddy Joshua Norwood going to take the pace car down to the inside and back onto pit road. Will unleash the beast once again here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. All the gas in green. Flag flies once again side by side through the triangle. Back into one pickle. Simon with a great jump. 96 of Jim Thorndike. Gonna slide down the racetrack. Pick up that 3rd position. Your top 6. Step away. Oh, way up the racetrack, and Thorndike into the outside wall. 23 of Richard Smith now takes over the 3rd spot. Thorndike gonna fall back to 4th. 74 of Zach Allen still on. The Drift King, Jacob Drift, your series points leader, your season championship points leader. Up 12 spots from where he qualified outside of the top 15. Now knocking on the door of a top 5. Last driver in the lead pack. Let's take a look back. Gregory Thurlow leads Landon Lacey. Right down side by side. Racing action behind him with Thompson, Bulent, Durham, and Mack. Across the line this time around, lap number 44 going to go on the board. We'll drop the timing and scoring back to the left-hand side of your screen once again. Getting into the meat of the race here tonight. Drivers still jockeying for position, but I'm going to take a moment to give a big shout out to a lot of the guys and really the core of the Turn 3 posse down at the World Finals, the World of Outlaws World Finals there in Charlotte, North Carolina. Well, Concord actually, but the dirt track at Charlotte. But again, big shout out to Josiah, Doug, our very own youth in the booth down there watching some great dirt track action this weekend over the course of the weekend. Glad you guys made it down safe. Hope you have a great weekend, and look forward to catching up with you guys at some point in time. We're stuck out here in Atlanta. We're watching some great super speedway racing. Those guys gonna soak in some dirt. Looks like, I believe that may have been, trying to find out who that was. It's not the 78 of David Duke. It's going to be the 7 of Adam. No, not the 7 of Adam Benefield. Yeah, it's the 78. No, 73, Dave McDonald. Down multiple laps. Big moment there. Last time around, McDonald went from leading the race after contact, hard impact, flipping. Doing his best, Tony Hawk. Quick flip impressions off of the wall. Multiple laps down, but still trying to soldier on 3 laps behind. And if he can catch a handful of cautions, he might have the opportunity to gain a handful of these laps left. And with a long race still ahead of us, anything can happen at this point in time. We're going to head back to the lead pack. Your top 6 is still jockeying fighting. Battle. Pole positions. Top spot under fire. Al Likens looking to get that Conehead fill. 94 machine to the front of the field. Jim Thorndike, he hasn't led a single lap here tonight. The 96 sits in third, leading this. I don't want to call it a second pack because they're right here with the race leaders. But the second lane is probably more accurate. Hard impact there for Zach Elena. Elena gonna scrub speed heavily. In danger of losing this lead pack. And what Helena has got to do right here, he has got to hold on. For all he is worth, it is over 2.5 seconds back to the next pack. He cannot afford to lose this track time. Working his way off of turn 4, trying to catch back up after contact with the outside wall. Race leaders looking to step away and leave him behind, but he's hanging on. Job well done from Zach Lane and able to hang on to this lead pack. Almost 3 seconds now. Back to your second pack, being led by the 78 of David Duke. Thompson, Landon Lacey, Jack Durham battling in that second pack. We're going to take a look back there in just one moment. Thorndike, there it is. We mentioned just 3 laps ago. Jim yet to lead a lap here tonight, and there he goes. He's going to go ahead and put a check mark in that column tonight. The 96 looking quick on the track. So as things calm down a little bit here in this front pack, we're going to take a look back here with this second pack. You see Greg Thompson now taking over the race or the lead of this second pack. As this 73 Land Machine of Tay McDonald. He's got a fast Toyota. Let's not make any mistake about it. He's had to use that quick fix, and he was racing hard to get himself back into an opportunity to pick up a lap lost the good old-fashioned way. That's by racing his way there. But the more this second pack battles, the further that lead pack gets away. So a lot of great action all over the racetrack here tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway. 2 very distinct packs. William Britton, Andrew Moore off pace, 17th and 18th on the track. Your U.S. Veterans Pole Award winner by the wheel of that golf. 77 machine. Rough go. Rough go. Sitting handful of laps away. And there is your race leaders. Handful of laps away from the halfway point, and Andrew Moore gonna fall off of the lead lap. So from single car supremacy to pack racing problems. 77 losing ground. Drivers trying to take what they can get it ready to go on board now with the 08 of Greg Thompson. Thompson right here sitting in that 10th position. But 3.5 seconds off of your race leaders. 2.3. So this second pack, now that they have went pretty much single file, they are beginning to reel in those 6 drivers at the front that have walked away. Close quarters there with the lap machine on the bottom of the racetrack. That's the 64 of William Britton. Britton gonna fall off of the lead lap as well. Join a long dream list of drivers with issues and trouble on board with Landon Lacey. behind Scott Wise. Down the backstretch. Lacey taking control of this second pack. He's brought them all single file, using the lap car of Wise to try to gauge some of that gap. It is now under 2 seconds. Lacey has got this pack heading to the front. They're going to be there very quickly. They're going to get there, I would say, in another about 4 laps. You see just how close they are, well within the picture. They've got some more lap cars in front of them hanging on to that lead pack. Is that helping the run being generated from behind? Lacey, Duke, Durham, Thompson, Johnson, Thurlow. All right here in this second pack. All single file. Chasing after Lacey. And that is not what you do. Pickle loops into the corner. That's not what the lead pack needed. Here they come. They have got there. Landon Lacey has brought that second pack back to the front of the field. How Likens gonna take over the race lead. That Kodak number 94 machine. Dylan Picklesheimer, the body on it. Number 12, right behind him. Stuck to the high side. Lap 61. Underway 62 when we cross the line. This time around, we are closely working our way through that halfway point. But we're also working our way into green flag pit stop territory. These drivers were last to pit road almost 30 laps ago. Some 30 laps on the fuel entire. That pit window begins to open up. Will we see trouble coming to pit road? Will we see clean green flag pit stops? Oh, right around the cusp, right around the corner. These guys, they ain't holding back nothing. Anthony Henley out in the chat, man. Somebody wrecked Scott Wiles. That's kind of fun. Whoa, and trouble, caution, and caution on the track. Looking for Zach Lane, and there you can see him cutting some grass. Now some damage to the front end of his Toyota Camry. Problems, issues here on lap number 64. Laying into the outside. We're all going to come back across the track, and I believe that may have been the 77 of Andrew Moore catching a piece of this. Yes, it is. Moore going to catch a piece. Tay McDonald, did he miss it? Going to take one more look here. Did McDonald miss this one? Woo! Dodge a minute there. Unfortunately, for your U.S. Veterans Pole Award winner, Moore, already listed off of the lead lap. I think he's going to be forced. I think the cards have been dealt. And unfortunately for Moore, I think he's going to have to burn that quick fix. I don't see how you don't. So as we stated, drivers right around the corner from green flag pit stops, and we've got drivers to pit road. Jim Thorndike, Jacob Drift going to stay out on the track. See how many more tankers stay out. I don't think you're going to see very many. So as we find ourselves with a little bit of time here, we're going to break for just a brief commercial break. Head back trackside with all your green flag action here tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway. You're watching the Masters of the Draft Checkers 200. Impact trackside as promised as the field makes their way into 3 and 4 double file once again. We're ready to go back. Green flag racing. To the green flag, we're going to get set to go back racing this time by drivers into the restart zone, and away we go. Green flag flies. Taking a look at a ride along with the 54 on the Landon Lacey. Behind the wheel had Old Spice. Machine fourth car outside the lane. Thornbank flirting to hit the top and the bottom for the moment. Thompson, no front flip on his machine. Thornbank catches the piece of the wall. 3 wide has the front scatters. We're going to drop that time and scoring to the left-hand side once again here. Richard Smith to the front of the field. Looking to make that outside lane. Rose Smith looking for a lap. Not able to clear quite just yet. There's the big run through the center of the corner. 23 clear. 54 is going to clear David Duke. The 78 machine, he's clear as well. And the top 3 drop to the bottom. Jacob Drift losing positions now. He's going to drop outside of the top 5. Drift going to be listed in the 7th spot. Greatest racing here between Lions and Pickleson. Post-Midwest report in driver rundown here tonight. We started with 23 drivers on the starting grid for tonight's Masters of the Draft Checkers 200. We have 22 drivers on track, but only a handful left on the lead lap. 17 drivers still on the lead lap at this point in time. 5 cautions throughout tonight's race. Top 4 single file, looking to step away, led by Richard Smith, Landon Lacey, David Duke, and Al Likens. Majority of the field now can make it over that 100th lap mark. And if these drivers can keep the green flag pace, they're going to have 1 green flag pit stop looming in front of them. So could we possibly see some strategy? You know, we've seen 6 drivers break away from the field during that last green flag run. And once the 7th lap got organized, got single file, a lot of energy and momentum winding up and bringing them back to the front of the field. So the gaps, the distances can be covered. Watching as Dylan Picklesheimer going to close in on this lead pack. Al Likens sees him coming. He jumps to the high side, almost into the outside wall, and we've got trouble in the back. trouble in the back as Gregory Thurlow gonna go around. Heavy damage for the 38. He's gonna have to use that fast fix if he hasn't already. Darren Mack, Jacob Drent gonna be involved in this one. Let's go back. Let's check the Buster's Corner replay. Yeah, just arguing over real estate. 59 gonna get into the back end of 38. He's gonna spin like a top after a pretty hard hit here. We're gonna go back one more time. Let's take a look on board here. That is one heck of a hit. And almost some bigger hits right after. My goodness. We'll jump back live front of the field as Richard Smith going to bring these drivers back down pit lane. There's no way they can go 60 laps, so there's no way this is going to be the final stop of the night, but as drivers do make their way down pit road. And Tay McDonald possibly eyeballing getting one of his multiple laps down. I believe that was a little rescue. Number 8 of Mark Willett making his way around. And he's going to prove us wrong. How about this? Andrew Moore. We talked about more the significant damage there. And about him having to gamble, go ahead and use that fast repair. Well, he's proven us wrong. Heavy damage on the right front. Heavy damage on the left front. The rear bumper, all but hanging on for dear life. Still out there, head down, elbows up, trying to make the best of the run. Holding on to that quick fix until a little bit later. Crew chief, driver, banking on some trouble late in tonight's Checkers 200, brought to you by the National Association of Stock Car Virtual Racing. This is the Masters of the Draft. So a handful of guys going to get that wave around, able to go by the pace car as the one finger wave on display. Double file. Once again behind the pace car, our good buddy Joshua Norwood going to bring that iRacing pace car back down to pit lane. Take a look at the rest of the field as they make their way off of turn number 2. And again, a lot of drivers with trouble, right? A lot of drivers with issues. So with the knowledge of the struggle, how hard do you go? I mean, it's a restart. You gotta try to get everything you can, but at what point do you say, good with right here? Right, let's log a little bit more of these laps, and then we'll see who's come to play. Back off of 4, pace car gonna dunk in. Boss man in the flag stand awaits the field. The jump on the loud pedal once again early on the gas into 23 brings us back to green flag racing here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Out to a big jump. I'm not quite so sure that's the move you want to make. Richard Smith gonna well and clear the field, but the big run's coming from behind now. Jim Thornton, bobbing, leaving, sticking and moving. Working his way through the field, he's going to catch the outside fence. There it is. That's what we were talking about. the 12 of Picklesheimer easily gonna do away with the 23 of Richard Smith, who now has to contend with another fast driver to his outside. The 78 of David Duke looks to take second away. Do we have a bounty pool? I'm your Huckleberry. Just saying. Just saying. I mean, $5 is $5. Just, I mean, you know what you can buy at the store for $5? Well, hold on. They're pretty much nothing right now. So we're gonna have to see that number increase. Shh! Don't tell Scott. Trying to up the ante, trying to get the bounty raised. Got a little bit of competition out there. Scott Wise off of the lead lap and looking to work his way back onto the lead lap. Received a wave around moments ago. Now he is your first and only one. Wasted one lap down. He's looking to have a little more trouble. He's looking for drivers to have trouble. He's not looking for trouble, but he needs some trouble on the track to gain that lap back. Picklesheimer top to bottom, keeping the race lead for the moment. Here comes the 78 of David Duke off of the corner. Oh, right in front. Big block from Picklesheimer. David Duke, I'm going to call it the Keselowski knock, right? Sure, he probably could have lifted something right there, but every now and then you gotta let your fellow competitors know, hey, look, you can't just do whatever you feel like doing. You better watch out because I might not lift. Big wiggle. Added back into that number 12. Big time wiggle. After the contact. Into 23. Bump drafting almost goes bad. Top 14 on the track. All. Still on the lead lap. All. Looking for positions. We've seen multiple drivers have that a scrape with the outside wall. Thorndike gotta make some more contact, have a little bit of sparks and dust fly here. And I don't know, can we coin like a new phrase? I mean, you got the Darlington stripe. Can we make the Atlanta Attaboy or something like that? I don't have anything that goes with Atlanta. High side hot Atlanta stripe. Nah, I mean, I don't know. Give us a while to think about one. We'll try to come up with 1, 2, 3 wide racing. Packet of turns 1 and 2. 73 on the outside. Thorndike waits for position on the bottom. Stacked up front of the field. New race leader. Gonna take that top spot away. Brent Thompson in the 08. Handful of laps ago, about 20 laps ago, no front flip on his machine. He's went ahead and rolled the dice. He's burned that quick finish, trying to stay out of trouble at the front of the field. He'll drop to the bottom, now looking for the race lead. Greg Thompson with a head of steam on the bottom. Picklesheimer going to close in just on his rear deck. You want to know what it's like? Well, here you go. Let's take a little look off over 78 of David Duke. That's looking back at the hungry pack of drivers as we cross the start-finish line back into 1 and 2. This is what restricted late racing looks like, ladies and gentlemen. All over the rear deck lid. Putting it on him. Well, jump back outside of the car. Watch as the drivers cross the line. Lap number 91 on the board. Just a little under 45 laps remaining here tonight. A little bit of a wiggle and a block. 2, 3 wide down the backstretch. Contact. Oh man, contact. Front of the field. You think you're safe at the front? You have no idea. Just like that, bump draft gone wrong. A little bit of contact and around at the front of the field. David Duke, race leader, turned in trouble. Big hit on the front. We'd hope back outside of the car for one more look at it here. Picklesheimer into the 78, contact for Greg Thompson. Hard contact for Thompson. The 29 also going to catch a piece. Handful of drivers involved in this one as we go back to new race leader Daryl Johnson. Four or 5 drivers at least with contact and involved in this latest incident on the track. Coming to pit road, everybody gonna head to pit lane this time around. I think they may be eyeballing this as the final pit stop of the night, barring any more caution flags. So as everybody heads to pit road for service, we're gonna head to a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be back with the run to the end right here in the Checkers 200. And we bring you back in trackside as drivers get set to watch the pace car make that left-hand turn. We'll fire things off with less than 40 laps remaining in tonight's Checkers 200 for the Masters of the Draft. Presented to you by Under Pressure Pressure Washing, as well as the National Association of Stock Car Virtual Racing. Pace car in. We're set to unleash once again on the gas. Picklesheimer leads us to green. High run on the restart with the turn 3 drain can. start for the front of the field. Jacob Drift back in contention. There can see that Drift King number 14. Fifth car. Oh my gosh, Thorndike barely cleared that 93 of Darryl Johnson. Ooh, skin of his teeth right there. It's early action on the restart as we cross the start finish line. We'll drop it a little early for you. There's your timing scoring back to the left-hand side of the screen. Let you follow along and find your favorite driver in the field here tonight. Multiple guys with trouble. Multiple drivers with issues. Scott Wise elected to make a pit stop under our latest caution. Still stuck one lap down in that Budweiser number 31 machine. Scott Wise still has an uphill climb on his hands. 3 laps away from that 100 lap mark. Time is beginning to run out. Multiple race leaders, so many lead changes that count. The body armor number 12 fast forward of Dylan Picklesheimer, front of the field. Picklesheimer, oh, in trouble, oh my gosh. Wow, stuck in the fence. We've seen the 3 stuck in the fence before. We're going to take a look from the drone cam on this. There's the contact, oh my gosh, Thorndike. Ejectocito. Oh my gosh. Well, let's take a look here with Thorndike's point of view. There's the contact. Whoa! Two wild rides here tonight for the man behind the wheel of this machine. Jim Thorndike relegated onto pit lane. Whew. Man, that was a hard hit. I'm not going to say the word. You can fill in the blank. Man, that was a hard hit for both the drivers. Both the 3 of Joe Wells, as well as Jim Thorndike. I mean, my goodness. So with our latest trouble on the track, caution gonna fly on lap number 97. That's gonna put us just over the 100 lap mark when we head back to green flag racing here tonight. Race leader Picklesheimer, as we were saying just before the contact, in heavy hits for that 96 and for that 3. Picklesheimer looking to go back-to-back race-winning performances. But we're going to make sure we're seeing it correctly. We don't want to give you any fake news, so to speak, all right? Picklesheimer. 1 start. 1 race win. Missed the first week of the 4-week mini season behind these Gen 6 machines. Well out of the points right now. Picklesheimer, 153 points out of the race lead. If he can win again here tonight, he's looking at possibly jumping into a top 10 position. And then mathematically an opportunity, if he can three-peat, it's there. If he can pull off the three-peat the last 3 weeks, of this Gen 6 season. Pickle Simer still has the opportunity to walk away with a series championship and really give his overall championship standings a huge lift as well. We'll see how it goes. Long way to go still. Pickle Simer gonna bring us back to the green flag once again into the restart zone, and green flag flies at the boss man, and the flag stands awaits the smash of the gas. Pickle Simer gonna break away. 54 of Brandon Lacey trying to hang on strong on the high side. No real help for Lacey, and he's gonna drop back behind Jacob Drift. He looks to make a move on the backstretch. Jacob Drift makes the move. Lacey looked to go with him. Fall dead around it. Zach Lehman jumps right to the top of the racetrack. Lehman willing to go up there and help Jacob Drift for the moment. Big run. Adam Benefield back as a factor now. Both gone outside lane after no front clip for the majority of tonight's race. Benefield may be a benefactor. Some problems. Others, the field's none. Oh, and Benefield into the outside hall. You know what? We're going to have to stop talking about people. Big impact. Pancakes the right side. Yeah, that's, you know what, guys, if the broadcaster curse wasn't in effect tonight, I don't know what would be. Seems like every time he really starts to pick out the driver ends up in problems. So we're going to keep it short and sweet to the point here. Pickle Simer still leading that inside lane. Jacob Drift trying to lead some laps from the high side. Great turnaround tonight, up 17 positions for the 14. Battling for the top spot, Zach Lehman right behind him. Great turnaround tonight, flipping the script is Andrew Moore. He's used that fast mix with less than 30 laps remaining. Moore back in to the top 5. .78 of Danny Duke down multiple laps, going to stay on the bottom of the racetrack, down on the level. Jacob Drift with a catch to the outside wall. Big hit for Andrew Moore. They'll stack up and they'll go around on the front stretch. Daryl Johnson, Al Lincoln's going to be involved. Let's look at the replay. There's Moore into the outside wall. Not much more he can do after that contact. After already being in a spin, he'll go for a little bit more of a ride. Caution flies, lap 106, ninth caution of the night. Andrew Moore gets it headed back in the right direction, but now significant damage. Rear bumper cover ripped off. And man, it's... These have been some big hits tonight for these drivers in the field. Some big hits. We've seen drivers flipping, tumbling, all sorts of things here tonight. Pickle Simer going to lead the front of the field down pit road. We talked about him needing some help. We talked about him needing a hand. The 88 of Sam Taylor. He's going to receive a lucky dog the 88 Nationwide, the Chevy Camaro with a breath of second life. Gonna get back onto the lead lap here. Opportunity to come to pit road, get those tires, get enough fuel to get to the end. We've seen drivers stretch at 33, 35 laps already on fuel. So definitely can make it to the end. Scott Wise playing a strategy game. Got himself back on the lead lap with a lucky dog under our 8th caution of the night. He's going to stay out under this caution. Get back to the race lead for the first time in a long time here tonight. Had a few laps led earlier tonight. Trouble strikes, and Wise has been on that perseverance run. That survive and get what you can. Let it come to you as much as it possibly can. And here it is. The end of the race. Wise with an opportunity. 64 of William Britton also going to roll the dice. He's going to stay out and grab a handful of track position. Jim Thorndike receiving the wave around. 96 going to get at least one of his multiple laps back. Now being listed just one lap down. So Thorndike not out of it. With 25 laps to go, there's a chance. Have we seen the caution flag fly for the final time? I'm going to say, optimistically, no. But pessimistically, we absolutely haven't seen it. Intensity picks up. Driver's patience wears thin. The moves become bigger. The blocks become bolder. The pushes become pushier. Is that a word? Can I use that? Pushier. We're just going to stop. Pace car into the restart zone on the gas. Green flag flies as Scott Wise brings the field back up to speed. Look to the inside. Contact! Dylan Picklesheimer takes a look to the inside of the 54. Contact on the restart. Scott Wise used up. Dakota Bailey gonna grab the top spot easily. Then down the bench. Scott Wise gonna just try to stay in tow down 54. Right behind him, Landon Lacey with a good turnaround here. 2-3 wide. Picklesheimer looking for a way around. Scott Wise all over the 55. Motorsports in the 24 machine of Dakota Bailey. High action 2-3 wide contact behind. Drivers almost going around. And they wrecked. They just didn't crash. I don't know how. 2-3 wide through the triangle once again. Needed Margaret keeps himself out of harm's way. Not sure how they did not toss that thing out. But it can be expected. We told you, business fixing to pick up here tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway. We see a caution flag fly. Mark Roulette going to be involved in this latest incident. He's going to head directly down pit road. trying to look through all of the camera views and angles. We're going to see if we got it. Can we pick it up right here? Looks like the 17 just going to get used up. The 17 just going to get used up from the drivers behind him. Let's take a look one more time here. Gonna go to the turn 3 turn cam. High bump, 23 runs into the back in 2-3 time, gives a little shove and a hook right there. 73 involved. Jacob Drift, the 80 of Mark Willett, gonna pick up a piece of the action as well. So we told you, the push is gonna be pushier, right? We didn't lie. We didn't tell a lie. Field back under caution for the 10th time here tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Less than 20 laps remain in tonight's checkers. 133 laps around the track here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the National Association of Stock Car Virtual Racing Masters of the Draft. You're watching race number 3 in the 4-week Gen 6 mini season. Something very unique if you're just joining us so far this season for the first time here tonight. 5 4-week seasons. Series, I should say. Mini seasons as they've been coined by the league officials to determine who's got the talent. Who is the master of the draft? Testing the pack racing, super speedway, pack racing style across many different machines. We've seen the Gen 7s. We've seen the 87s. We've seen now the Gen 6s. We're going to be heading into the Xfinity cars in just 2 short weeks. Then we're going to finish off the season in the Gen 4. We're going to kick it old school for the end of the season. So still 3 series championships still out there up for grabs. And still that overall coveted season championship hanging in the balance. Jacob Drift came into tonight's race with a steady grip on both the series and season championship points. 38 points up in the series standings, 21 points up in the season standings. Joe Wells has had trouble, had issues here tonight. He's going to finish outside of the top 20. He's going to give up a little bit of ground in the season standings. Andrew Moore, issues here tonight. Walked away with some laps led. Your U.S. Veterans Pole Award as well. Can he turn things around? Outside of the top 10 for the restart, Scott Wise ready to get on the gas, and away we go. Green flag flies once again here tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Oh my goodness! The restarts just do not agree with that 12. We've seen a handful of issues on these restarts from that body armor number 12 machine back in a little loose. Single file front of him, looking to step away early after this restart. Scott Wise going to bring him back to the field. Landon Lacey right there. Here comes that nationwide 88 of Sam Taylor. Moments ago, he received a lucky dog. We talked about him being back with an opportunity that there was a chance. And he's proving us wrong. Moving into the third position, final spot on the podium here tonight as we cross the line with just 15 to go. Here in the Checkers 200, Scott Wise remains your race leader. Landon Lacey right away that outside lane. Unable to get up there and take the run. Here comes that 88 off of 2. And there it is. From one lap down, the last car on the lead lap, to the front of the field. The Sam Taylor, right back where he began tonight's race, picking up 3 positions, started from 4th, early trouble, took that Nationwide Exalta Mountain Dew number 88 to the tail end of the running order, the lead lap and all, and he has maintained his composure, and here he is end of the night with the opportunity. Opportunity has not really bust the door down with a double drop kick. But he's going to do it. The Sam Taylor, race leader, 94 of Al Likens. He's back at the front as well. And now is when the decision's going to happen. Right, if you're Sam Taylor, do you drop down to the bottom? The 94 looks like he wants to go. A little bit of contact. William Britton into the outside wall. Scott Wise struggling to keep pace on the bottom. 5 versus 3. 5 cars lined up on the high side. Wise with a good push through the center of the corner from the 54. You know what? I like what I'm seeing. Right now out of that 88. He got to the front with a good move and a lot of good help behind him from that 94. He has not left him. We've only got 10 laps remaining, 15 miles to go. Here's in the Checkers 200. We talked about him. Andrew Moore now back inside of the top 10, turning his night around. Jacob Drift in the 12th position. With just 9 laps to go, final bit of house cleaning will give you one more race report as Al Likens looks to the bottom, looks for the race lead. 23 drivers took to the starting grid in tonight's Checkers 200. We have still got 16 out on the racetrack. 14 remain on the lead lap. Battle for the race lead across the stripe with just 8 to go. Eight to go. 8 in your lead pack in the 88. Dylan Picklesheimer maneuvers his way into position on the high side. We've seen him. He is not afraid to make moves. Sitting in second. Will he drop to the bottom? 64 of William Britton right there. It's a pair of Fords ganging up on the Chevys. Front of the field. A little bit offset, just showing that nose to the left rear of the 88 of Sam Taylor. Almost forcing Taylor to choose. Do you try to come down the track and possibly spin yourself off the front of my car? Or do you maybe walk it up the track and give me that inside lane? 73 multiple laps down. He's going to stay at the bottom of the racetrack. Allow race leaders to continue the battle at the front of the field off of 4. And caution. The caution flag going to fly. Scott Wise, I believe, involved in this one. Dakota Bailey with issues as well. Wise indeed in trouble. The slow on the front stretch. Issues here tonight. Once again, caution number 11 going to fly. Let's go back. Look like Wise with some trouble on the high lane. Back down across the track. Contact with the 54. The 94 going to catch a piece of it as well. Ooh, big hit there at the end. Who was that? My goodness. So as the field catches back to the pace car. Man, big time hit there. Dakota Bailey catching a piece right at the end of that one. And well, here it is. This is going to put us into that overtime territory. Looking at timing and scoring. William Britton elected to stay out. Daryl Johnson in the 93 also staying out. Your top 4 elect to stay out on the track. They want track position, not fresh tires. I'm a little concerned for Britton, right? He last up pit road, lap 98. I'm pretty sure he has enough to get to the official distance. But with a green-white checkered on our hands here, does he have that extra 2-3 laps of fuel? That's going to be the big question. That's going to be the real question. Jacob Drift going to lead the race off of pit road. The 14 will line up in 15. Or in 5th, I apologize. I don't know why. I just wanted to say the 14 and 15th. I don't know. Just, the 7 car running in 8th. So here it is. Unofficial attempt at a green-white check. Hearing word from race officials, this will be an unofficial attempt at a green-white checker. So now, a lot on the line. Sam Taylor just wants to see that white flag fly. Needs to have a great jump. Dylan Pickles, one of those drivers that's feast or famine on these restarts here tonight. And Taylor gonna have to do a heck of a jump. This is what he's worked all race for. This is what his spotter and crew chief have been in his ear about all night. Keep your focus. Let's just, a long way to go. Keep ticking off these laps. We're going to get there. We're going to have a shot at this thing at the end. And here is clean car, front of the field, pace car in, ready to roll to the restart zone. On the gas, and the green flag flies. Once again here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, Sam Taylor with 2 to go. Popsicle sticks as the field goes by. The flag stand. Taylor gonna have to be careful here. Doesn't want to get too far out front. We're gonna drop that timing and score. Down the backstretch. Picklesheimer with a big push. Here comes a move from Daryl Johnson. Johnson the move to the bottom of the racetrack. Picklesheimer to the top. The Nationwide 88 gonna lead him off of 4. White flag flies. Final lap in the Checkers 200. Here with the Masters of the Draft, brought to you by the National Association of Stock Racing. Just a half a lap now remains. Where did Landon Lacey come from? He shoots out of a cannon into second. Big move to the bottom of the racetrack. Looking for the race lead. Move for the lead. Through 3 and 4. Contact. Oh, contact. More contact. And oh my. Wow. Drivers explode at the end of this one. My goodness. We're showing William Britton as the race winner. We're going to take a look here. We're going to slow it down. Coming to the end of tonight's race. Let's take a look here. Can we slow it down, guys? Check out where Britton's at right now. Running 4th, 5th on the racetrack. Contact between your top 2. We're going to watch this one finish out for a moment. We got to sort out where these drivers finished. Contact between your top 2. Pickle Simer going to be collected. There goes your top 3. Oh my gosh, and Pickle Simer flipping, and William Britton going to get it. Wow. Amazing finish as he enjoys his post-race celebration on the front stretch. Man, he deserves to burn it down there. Amazing job from that 64. He's going to pick up his 3rd win on the season. Britton, job well done. We're going to step away for just a brief commercial break, get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside at the conclusion of tonight's Checkers 200 live from Atlanta Motor Speedway. What a race, what a finish here tonight. And we're going to jump right into it. We're going to see if we can have a few words with a handful of drivers that walked away with podium positions here tonight. Let's see if we can't grab a quick word or two with the man that walked away with the third spot here tonight behind the wheel of that 93 machine. Dylan, it's Daryl, it's Dave. Do you got a copy?
I got you, buddy. What's going on?
Not much, man. How you feeling after pulling off a great podium at a crazy finish there?
Well, it was a very crazy finish, and I'm pretty excited about a third place. So I keep getting third in this league, and I don't know why. I think this is my third. So I'm pretty happy about it. So
Well, three threes would usually get you a little bit of money. I'm sure it's going to get you a little bit of points here tonight. But up 19 positions, man. Tonight seemed to be a troublesome race for a handful of drivers. A little bit of contact throughout tonight's race in that vet tickets 93 machine. When you seen that late race caution fly, what went through your head knowing we were looking at a two-lap shootout?
well, I was debating whether to stop and get tires, and I thought if the first guys don't, I'm not. And then I didn't, and the first car behind me did, which was the 54. And it certainly showed up that the tires were much faster on those last couple of laps.
Well, Daryl, we've only got one more week left in these Gen 6 machines. Are you looking forward to putting these Gen 6s to bed and jumping in that Xfinity car, or would you rather maybe another race or two in these Gen 6s?
I really find these Gen 6s hard to drive and super easy to damage. And very little damage really slows you down a lot. So I'm ready to move on. Had a good run in these, but yeah, I think it's time to move on.
Good run, but let's hang it up while we've got the opportunity. I hear you on
That's
that
right.
one, man. Well, congratulations on yet another podium finish here in this season end series. Before we let you go tonight, though, would you like to give any final shout outs, thank yous, love yous? Maybe thank anybody back home or at the race shop?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, thanks to my family for letting me do this. Secondly, Joe, for doing all the paint schemes for almost everybody in the league and other leagues that I race with him in, and you obviously for doing the broadcast, and then my teammates in TNT. All of those guys are awesome, and happy to be with them.
Well, man, again, always a pleasure to catch up with you at the end of these things. Congratulations on yet another podium. Until next time, my friends, stay safe, and as always, keep it fast.
Thanks, Dave.
All right, there you can hear final few words for the man that walked away third behind the wheel of that vet Tix 93 Chevy. Getting the job done. Daryl Johnson going to walk away with third, and that's going to move us right along the list. We're going to see if we can't catch in a word or two with, well, he's a familiar face, familiar voice, and he's back in a familiar place with us here in these post-race interviews behind the wheel of that number 96. Jim, how you feeling after squeaking that one out?
Well, I think I have one word: deja vu.
Well, I wasn't going to bring it all up, but man, you just seem to find yourself at the right spot here.
Yeah, well, you just got to let these things play out, and hopefully, in the end, it's in my favor.
Well,
And
it was in your favor tonight, that's for sure.
yeah, and I'll take a runner-up position with what happened tonight, with being flipped upside down and doing some barrel rolls.
Yeah. I mean, there's one thing, and it's just jokes here, man. But if you can take one thing away from this Gen 6 series, it's the fact that you're probably one of the most gymnastically inclined drivers I've seen.
Yes, sir. I would agree with that.
Flipping is never fun, no matter what kind of machine you're in. But you're able to come back from some troubles here tonight, able to follow that up with a great run to the checkered flag. Jim, it's always been a pleasure to catch up with you at the end of these things. Before we let you go and enjoy the rest of your evening, though, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, I like to give a shout out to my girlfriend Sandy for letting me do this while she takes care of our daughter. And I'd give a shout out to my teammates, sim coaches, Riot Motorsports, DeKalb Sycamore Buick GMC, who sponsors me, the place I work. If you need a car, come see us. We'll hook you up. And I'd like to thank you, Dave, because you always do a great job week in and week out.
Well, man, I do a good job because you guys provide me with great opportunity to display and just talk about some great racing. So there wouldn't be any me without you guys out there on the track, and it's all about you guys. But we do appreciate the kind comments, Jim. Until next time, as always, stay safe and keep it fast.
Yes, sir. And we'll see you next week, Dave.
All right, there you have it. Final few words from Thorndike. Deja vu on his mind, and well, back to back place performances after a crazy finish. Jim Thorndike gonna put some more points in his back pocket. The 96 comes home in second. That's gonna pull us to victory lane for the third time this season. He's going to pick up that third win, and it's going to come from about sixth place across the line. William, man, you got to be pretty pumped about this.
Oh, I am. I really am. That wreck happened in front of me. I thought I was either going to be a part of it or what, but somehow I managed to just squeak by and get the win. And I come into line. I was hoping that I was going to beat the cars to the line because but yeah, just thrilled all around.
Yeah, man, it's been a little while since you've been to victory lane. How good does it feel to finally get back?
Feels great. Definitely, I wanted to try and make more of this victory lane appearances for sure. But it is definitely tough out there. Definitely did not have a good race midway through the race. Went a lap down. Just refused to take my fast repair. Was down about 12 RPMs. And then finally, I just said, I got to take the fast repair. I got my lucky dog, and I went ahead and took my fast repair, and I that saved my rear end.
Well, you were able to salvage a great finish and a great points day here tonight. We've only got 9 weeks of racing remaining. If you had to pick any track or course over the remaining weeks, I know there's only one more week in these Gen 6 machines, but is are you looking forward to the Xfinity cars more so than maybe that final 4 weeks in the Gen 4?
I like the Xfinity cars, but I'm also a big fan of the Gen 4 cars. Restrictor plate racing, it's just all a gamble, big old chess game. And tonight, I thought my knight was I had all my knights taken and bishops, and I scrounged for every last spot there towards the end, and I just got lucky as all heck.
Well, man, sometimes, and I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but sometimes it's better be lucky than good. Not saying you're not good, but just sometimes you just need that luck to just find you, and it
And
found you here tonight.
I definitely believe in luck. Like I'll go to the two events with me and my wife, and we'll hope for the parking fairies to bless us with a decent parking spot, and they usually do. Like last week, we went to a haunted house and got blessed with free tickets because the people didn't want to wait in line. So, there's definitely a lot of good luck out there on my end, but with the good luck comes the bad luck. So you take it where you can get it for sure.
Absolutely. Well, we hope your good luck streak continues into next week to finish off this Gen 6 mini season. So, before we let you spray the champagne and continue your post race celebrations, would you like to give any final shout outs, thank yous, love yous?
I love my wife, of course. I love my kids. Definitely. Thank you, Joe, for making me some awesome paint schemes for G Lightning Motorsports. Just great all around league we have here at NASCAR VR. Great racing we have for sure. Excited for more racing and, hope to see more of you in the booth for sure. Definitely want to give a shout out to you up there in the booth for sure. You guys do a great job trying to keep a hold of all the information.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's enough going on with super speedway racing, and then we've got a great group back here working behind the scenes to feed us some of those stats and things throughout the race to continue just keeping everybody engaged. You guys do a great job on track, giving us some great races to cover and talk about week in, week out, whether it's how many flips somebody's done or the
Right.
amazing run like you had tonight, man. I mean, coming off of turn 4 into the trioval, you were 6th or 7th, and then there it is across the line, race win. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. It's
No, it
restrictor
doesn't.
plate racing, but man, I mean, that is an awesome thing to do.
Most definitely. I know this week I've done quite a few official races, and I was doing the ARCAs at Talladega, and coming the last 100 feet at Talladega, it went from 14th to 3rd. So because of another big wreck, and the week has been good, the week has been bad, but like I say, you just take the luck where you can get it. And tonight, the luck found me in victory lane.
Well, enjoy this race when we hope to talk to you again at the end of next week's uh, race. But until then, my friend, as always, stay safe and, of course, keep it fast.
Stay safe yourself, and remember, peace, love, and bacon.
Bacon! Love it. Peace, love, and bacon. William Britton into victory lane. He's going to burn it down for the fans in the stands at the end of tonight's race. What a night. What a race. We had a green white checker to the end of tonight's race, but it was all done in the official race distance 133 laps here tonight. And William Britton walks away with an amazing performance at the end of tonight's race. So, with that being said, we're going to jump right into things as producers beginning to give me that eye. You know what I mean? So, yeah. You can hear the music in the background. You know the sounds. It's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results from Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Checkers 200, brought to you by the NASCVR's Masters of the Draft, checkered flag in hand. Third race win this season for William Britton. Jim Thorndike could come home second once again. Third place belongs to the 93 of Daryl Johnson. Landon Lacey back there in fourth. Fifth place tonight to Gregory Thurlow. 14 of Jacob Drift going to finish in sixth. Zach Lanin back in seventh. Al Likens eighth. Andrew Moore ninth. And Dylan Picklesheimer finishes out your top 10. To go to Bailey. In the 11th, 12th place to Scott Wise. 13th tonight to the Nationwide 88 machine of Sam Taylor. David Duke finishes in 14th. 15th place to Adam Benefield. Tay McDonald back in 16th. Mark Willett finishes out the night in 17th. 18th to Richard Smith. With Jack Durham in 19th. Greg Thompson rounding out your top 20. Joe Wells, Darren Mack, and Michael Eden finish out the 23-car field here tonight. That's your unofficial race results. That's going to be all. We're going to begin to cut off the lights and roll up the cords. But if you haven't already, remember to join us in that push the 4,000 subscribers. Drop these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, smash that bell. On the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live. That's going to be it from me, David the Cave, and everybody else back here at the headquarters. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in turn 3.